I think. We're on the air. I think maybe. Seems to
Yeah,
be
we
working.
are.
Okay. Yeah, sweet, cool, awesome. Oh boy, what an action-packed week for
Yeah.
gaming it has been. Like, can't do that every week. Can't do that every week. Nah, mainly Elden Ring related.
Hmm. What's an Elden Ring?
What is an Elden Ring indeed? An excellent question. Um, did you beat the knight?
I did
No,
not.
no. I
Yeah,
caught the tail end of your
chance.
attempt to beat the knight there.
Yeah, I got thrashed.
Yeah, it looked like rough stuff. I read a tweet from our good friend Mitch, which said something along the lines of, "If you die 3 times to a boss and you're not close to beating it, or if it's taken more than 2 sword swings to kill even the basic enemies, then you should go to a different area." That's what he
Wow.
says. That's what he says.
No.
Not about you specifically, but just advice for life, as it were.
You know, Mitch came at me. All right, Mitch, whenever you want, I will level up a character 1,000 times more than you, and then you fight me with a low level character, and then we'll freaking go. All right.
I did. I didn't specifically say Mitch went after you per se.
Hey, I know when Mitch is going after me. Oh, James, I'm not going to be able to record any Dark Souls 2 before fan mail because I'm going to be streaming.
Yeah, I
I
saw
just saw
that.
your
Well,
message.
honestly, when I sent that, I had not realized the construction had started yet. That was like the first thing I did in the morning. I texted you, and then I realized you went live.
Yeah.
So it probably would not have been a good time to record Dark Souls 2 and sneak one in, as I said.
Yeah.
There was nothing sneaky about this morning.
Danny, your mic is very low.
Yeah, I don't know why it's suddenly very low. I'm trying to fix it on the fly. I haven't changed anything, so
What's
very odd.
interesting is you sound, I don't want to say very high, like too loud. I love the volume level of your voice in Discord.
It's because you have it changed in Discord.
I use a different microphone in Discord compared to the one that's.
Well, you
A little by mistake.
you have 2 mics going, one to Discord, one to the stream.
Oh yeah, I like that's probably too loud now. I like to have 2 microphones. It's better than one. Does that sound a bit better?
This sounds like a James strategy.
No, don't pull me into this.
Yeah. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get 2 laptops.
Hey,
Well,
that works.
I'll tell you for why. Because like Discord and other things like Zoom and whatever, I use a lot for work, so I need to use the headset for that.
Oh,
And the microphone, this microphone, will go sit over there somewhere when I'm. So like, it's just so I don't have to keep changing it. Yeah, that's the only. Like, if I set it to this one and then I forget, and then I go into a meeting later, and this is way over there, and people are like, "You sound really faint," and you know what I mean. It's that kind of situation. It's just it's a James situation. It's true.
This is not a verb that you can use like that, or an adjective.
It's James.
You can't be Jamesing things up, and you can't be in another James situation.
It's when you've added an unnecessary layer of complication to a situation.
I had an improv rehearsal yesterday.
Okay.
And we were introducing ourselves to there's like 3 new members of Mission Improbable, and you go around in a circle with like this level 1 game of like, say your first name and some alliteration to that. Like, it could be Maximum Morgan, but you kind of want to have something that has a movement to it. So everybody was doing this, and I was thinking about mine. And then somebody a couple away from me said something that was not alliteration, and it really threw me off. And like then it was my turn. And I said Jumping Jimmy, and then it's like, wait! Don't call me Jimmy. Call me James. Have you ever
see?
It was
That's
insane.
a layer of complication that did not need to be added to that situation.
No, introducing yourself to people and saying the wrong name is not cool.
I'm gonna hook you up, James. Anytime you have to play this game with new students or whatever, you can just say, "My name is James, and I'm into games."
Yeah, well, I guess so. They were the way, and I wasn't running the rehearsal. It was just a rehearsal. and somebody else had used the same letter. Well, they said alliteration, so I guess Game and James does that. Is that alliteration?
No,
still?
that doesn't.
No,
James.
because a
Oh.
G is not a J.
Yeah, and that was kind of like somebody else said, what was it? Beautiful Matt. And I was like, that's not even close to alliteration.
No.
And I feel bad because like that's not the spirit of improv, but I called him out on it. I said, that's not alliteration. And I said, find a new one. And then I messed up my own name.
There's some nuance there too, because that one messed you up, and then you judged a bunch of people the whole
It was
time.
the improv karma.
It
was improv karma.
I think you were concentrating so hard on getting the alliteration part right that you forgot your own name. Is what's happened. Like you got the J bit right, and then you were just like, I'm done. Jimmy instead of James. It was yeah.
The more stories
weird.
that James tells me about improv, because I've essentially, removed myself from the improv world until it's better. It sounds like you're drifting farther and farther away from the tenants, James.
Yes.
The tenants of
I thought
improv.
you meant tenants as in like people living there. Because I'm closer and closer to the people living there.
Yeah. The density of Venice is getting denser, not less dense.
Hello, Pill. Hello, Keneric 86, and our young hero is here, and there's no doubt. It's do we have announcements? I think I may have some, and I've forgotten what they all were.
Elden Ring all week, 8 to 10. Check the schedule; it's on there. I'll be playing.
When you're doing 8 to 10 every day, how are you going to make time for me every day?
What?
Yeah. How are you going to make time for me every day?
Well, actually, this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm teaching, so I can't record any of those nights.
But maybe before you stream, you could record?
At like 6 in the morning?
I guess. Or maybe you stream at 6 in the morning, because it's a lot easier for me
Oh,
to do
yeah,
stuff
I
at
should
9
change
a.m.
the streaming schedule that I've been doing this entire time so that I can acquiesce to your request.
That's way kinder than I thought you were going to be, but okay. Yes. Yes.
No, I'm not going to do that.
What? You just said you were.
No, I'm not
Literally
going to.
1 second ago you said.
Yeah, it's
All
called
right.
sarcasm.
Oh.
I mean, we can record late at night. I thought you didn't want to record every day. James.
Well, right now, what we're going to see in some of these comments is that we should keep pushing as much as we can.
That's what I was trying to tell you.
And we did. We did, Morgan.
No, we had an opportunity to keep recording. We're in a fight.
Okay. Let's read some. Well,
Yeah,
no, there's
let's
some
read some.
announcements from Danny.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to jump over that just because you are in a fight with me.
I can't remember what they were. Well, I apologize to Steve the Ghost for forgetting getting his name. It's because you had a blue name and you blended in with Ken Eric's barrage of comment. I'm sorry, and I don't.
Barrage.
Although I don't apologize to Hero, however, because he gives me enough grief. What was I going to say? There was a bunch.
How'd
of
your
stuff.
stream go?
It went. Yeah, that was it. It was tough. It was okay. It went for like nearly 4 hours, and I only flipped the truck onto its side once. So I think that was fairly successful.
Is that?
There
Do you
is
have
a
to like
link.
wait for a wrecker to come out and tip you back over, or?
Yeah, you have to get a recovery back to the nearest city, and you lose a bunch of time and stuff.
Oh wow!
It wasn't my fault. Well, it was my fault, but I didn't realize I was close to like you get in the middle of the highway those kind of metal crash barriers, and they kind of have a bit of a ramp at the start of them, So like my wheel kind of went Tony Hawk's Pro Skater style up up the ramp of that central barrier, and then just went on its side and slid for what I would describe as a solid 500 yards. It was quite impressive, really.
Were you able to still make money out of that delivery, or was it was that pretty much working for the man that time?
So, other Morgan, who I was driving with, was speeding the whole way. And obviously, for me to try and keep up with her, I was speeding as well. But because the police cars were behind us...
you get tickets for the police.
I was getting fined all the time. She was getting no
wasn't?
fines because my truck was blocking her truck. So the police car is obviously behind me, not her. So I was getting fined a ton. I went through about 7 red lights. I crashed, obviously the big crash, but there was a few other minor crashes. Basically, I lost money on that job.
Oh
But the
my.
other Morgan probably made money out of it, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know. Something about Morgans. I'm
I
not sure
know.
I can put my finger on it, but it sounds like there's a pattern.
Yeah, tough. And anyway, it was it was fun, and a bunch of people donated and did chats and stuff. And obviously, for anyone who didn't read it, we're going to give all the revenue for GameFront for February to the Ukraine Red Cross. So that's kind of what it was for. So we did that. That was good. Other announcements were, there's a bunch of Elden Ring going on, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And Zach is he wants me to play Elden Ring as well.
Yes.
Now, there's a lot of Elden Ring, and I don't know if I should be playing Elden Ring as well. Like, do we have room for a third Elden Ring? And then
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I wanted to float the idea of, and I don't know how people will feel about it, so this is why I'm asking the chat, a Patreon exclusive Elden Ring for the patrons with me, just me on my own, nobody else, just playing through Elden Ring on Patreon. Just because, like, of the 3 Elden Rings we'd then be doing, mine would be the worst, so that's kind of like no one's missing out on the good Elden Ring.
I don't think, Danny, you sell yourself too short. I won't hear you say that. Your Elden Ring walkthrough would be fantastic on there. Here's my selling point: is we really try not to release more than 1 video a day. I think I'm going to be trying to push for 2 videos a day just so we can sneak some extra Elden Ring out. But we wouldn't have a time frame to put another video up. But if you do this on Patreon exclusive, then you can be the solution to the challenge I found. As much as I love Morgan, and I'm giving him a hard time, it would be awesome if you could jump in and you were far enough ahead in Elden Ring that you could coach me. I feel like you owe it to me. I helped coach you through some Dark Souls that you would have never been able to get through without me. And now you have a life debt, a Souls debt.
So
but
because
I do think that it's up to the chat and like make sure people want it. But yeah,
everyone's saying that just more Elden Ring, so I don't even think it needs to be exclusive. I would just put it up.
Well, I'm fine with that as long as we're not going to stop ourselves from putting up more than 2 videos.
Well,
and just we've always in the past, and I want to throw a wrench in this situation, have always said that there wouldn't be exclusive content on Patreon. Like pay to play or pay to watch content.
Well, yeah, we did say that, which is why I'm sort of testing the idea. I'm not doing it necessarily.
Trying to renegotiate with the people.
Sort of. Well, it could be a live stream, and we didn't say we'd not do a Patreon exclusive. I don't know. I'm just trying to think. Like, if I was uploading Elden Ring videos to the main channel as well, and then you had like there'd be lots of Elden Rings going on mixed in, and like people get confused, and like the chat is saying that they want 5 videos a day.
I am 100% for more videos per day. I still don't buy the algorithm thing.
I promise you.
I do think it would be confusing to have 2 playthroughs of the same game coming out with different numbers and going up. I think that I do think that would be weird. But I think live streams are great. I think some like you could also have the exclusive wall, and then once it's done, release it all together or something of the sorts to get around it, or just live streaming it. It would just be helpful to have another person that is further ahead in the game to kind of help out on the one that we're doing, that I'm already doing.
Yeah, what if it was a live stream on YouTube?
It could be, but that would be that would still
Confused.
Have the
We're
issue.
not idiots, Ken.
Well, the people that are following the channel are not idiots, but if we are lucky enough to start getting people that are just looking for Elden Ring content and they start getting into like different videos and they don't know which ones they're watching, like I think that more than 1 video a day is good. I think that 2 or 3 gets to be in a dangerous territory. But if we start putting up 5 videos a day, then we're
the only problem with one
was because when we looked at it with Danny before, like 2 videos wasn't affecting it. Once we started putting up more than 2 videos, one of them would inevitably just sink to like it just didn't get seen.
Yeah.
Well, this is it. Like, well, I mean, you can see it happen with 2 if you go back and look on date, because like people are saying, if you go and look back on days where we released 2 videos within the same 24-hour window, the first one that gets released just gets buried. Like nobody sees it and nobody watches it, so the views will be like 50 views tops, and the other one will be the one with and then if you release another one on top of that, the 2 behind it will both get buried.
Well,
Just won't watch
like
it.
we've looked at those numbers, and that did happen when I did Cyberpunk. The Cyberpunk one was very easy to track, but when we started doing the multiple a day for the end of one of the Humble Bundle months, they would all get all get the same. But we never did more than 2 a day. I wasn't putting 3 up. I was like timing it up so that 2 would come out in a day, and there was no effect. But once you start going more than that, then it does start burying it. I think you got to just have space in between, so you can't just put 2 out within like the same 8 to 10 hour.
Well,
time
we
frame.
we can test it because like everyone's saying that they want it, and it depends on the video because Elden Ring is very popular. We'll test it, but I can almost guarantee you that if we do it, the first video that you post on whatever day, it'll just get buried. Like I promise you that will happen. But we can try it and see.
But we're also talking about like the difference between getting 150 and getting 200 views in the first day, right?
Yeah, but you're getting like
Kind of.
800 views on Elden Ring.
Really?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
So we can
So we
test
just
it.
always put Elden Ring second.
Okay, well, yeah, but you want to do multiple Elden Rings in a day, and I guess because it's parts and stuff, but like it's just an awareness.
Well, it's not
thing.
that I want to do multiple Elden Rings a day. It's that I want to put up an Elden Ring every day if I can. I don't know if it's going to be possible. Just in the beginning while it's got some buzz. But
Yeah.
I don't want Elden Ring to be the only thing. I also want to do Resident Evil. I also want to do Dark Souls 2.
Yeah, I wouldn't
So
imagine
if
that
we're
we
gonna-
would put 2 Elden Rings on the same day. It
No.
would be like Elden Ring and Resident Evil, or Elden Ring and whatever.
Apparently, the first video has 69 likes as it stands, which has always been my lucky number. I think.
Is my heater still on? I gotta go check my heater. I think it's still on and it's hot as balls in here.
Nice. Yeah, anyway, I don't know if I had any other announcements. I think that was it. But yeah, we'll trial doing 2 videos a day, I suppose, and see what happens. And then we can
and we'll
next...
just make sure there's a big space in between them. Like we don't want to like put them up within the same hour or even 2 hours. Maybe try to make it at least a 10-hour difference between each release.
Yeah, I mean the only problem you run into then is there's an optimum time for release. So the second or the first would release when everyone was asleep.
Mm-hmm. Well,
again,
I don't know, like because it depends. Like also there is like a lot of people in the UK and on that side of the world, and then there's a lot of people in the US. Like we released the first Elden video, which obviously is an anomaly because it's not the same as anything we put up. But we didn't put that up at the time that you would expect to see a video, and it did great. I think that we have kind of you probably know a lot more than I do about what our analytics are, but it feels like we have people from all over the world.
I think it's like 60 or 70% United States.
Yeah.
And then maybe 20% is like UK, and then like the rest of it's just the rest of the world. So it is heavily biased to US. But most things are, because the United States is just such a big country with a lot of people in it. So
yeah,
that's kind of why we time things the way we do. Anyway, I think all we can really do is try it. So this week we might try doing multiple videos per day. And then we can all get together this time next week and decide as a community whether it worked or not.
Yeah, I mean,
Fair.
that's good. That's totally fair. That's totally fair. But I don't know that solves our problem with you playing Elden Ring. I would really love you to play Elden Ring if it's something you have time for and you're excited to play. I don't want you to hold back because there's not a slot for a video release. I think streaming it or the other thing I was kind of hinting at is if you had any interest of playing it and then having that with the ability to find great like ways to level up fast. I saw some, I didn't read them, But there's a lot of articles coming out now of like, okay, here's the loop to make your good, like, get a good leveling thing. Not that that's something that we always do, but that's a popular type of video to search for Elden. And that's not something that I could do with the gameplay I'm doing, because that would ruin the experience of a blind walkthrough.
Okay, that sounds fair. I probably do need my own slant on it, so yeah, I'll continue to think about it for now.
You know,
It'll get figured out.
James
It'll be
Heaney
fine.
cannot fault you for not making a hard. I feel your pain. That's not a pain. I feel you. I feel you.
Anyway, should we do some comments? There's a lot to get through.
Let's do it.
Yes. In fact, while you play that intro, I'm going to grab my coffee.
Let's go. The finest introductions in the history of video productions. I don't know. Sifu.
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 S-E-E-Fu.
You know, it's been
so
such a
excited
long
about
week.
this game.
I know. I was going to say, I apologize if we left you out a little bit. It wasn't intentional. But
No, it's fine. I don't have any bandwidth because I'm playing so much Elden Ring, but it's yeah. Yep.
You know, I was going to say it's been such a long week between Elden Ring, the Elden Ring streams, the charity thing, and everything else that when I went back this morning to get this set up, and I remembered that we'd played and released Sifu, it felt like it was 3 weeks ago. Like it felt like I'd completely forgotten about this.
Yeah.
But
this game looks sick. Do you like Kung Fu movies?
Oh God, yeah. Okay. Absolutely. I think this is the perfect game for me and Zach. Like, I just enjoy that kind of Kung Fu movie stuff. Like, he was the one who like sent me a DVD of the Paper Tigers and stuff. So like, it's an awesome game. I'm probably not that great at it, but it's a lot of fun. So and James jumped in at the end and saw it.
Yeah.
So
it's really funny. I had no idea you guys were recording or anything, because I was supposed to get together with you guys for the Dark Souls video. I thought you were just I just thought you were in the YouTube room, like waiting for me. Not the case.
Anyway, Michael Shearer says, "Woo!" Oh, I should do it like Ric Flair, really. Woo! Great game. Sifu nearly broke me until I got rid of some bad habits. So to spare you similar frustration, I can offer one piece of advice. Oh, can I offer one piece of advice? No, not really. Okay, Game from VODs. Wow, this is how I found out. Get used to dodging by holding block and pushing up and down in time to enemy attacks early. It'll become second nature and you'll feel like a Kung Fu master. I think I was doing that.
That's cool.
Yeah. Down while holding block will dodge high attacks. Up while avoiding low. Oh, up will avoid low. You won't need to dodge low attacks for a while. I hope you have a blast with this. Good luck, Danny. Thank you. Thanks for the tips.
Fun. And then this is me.
Game, is this game on the family account so I could play it if I wanted to play it?
No, you're not allowed to use the family account.
What?
It can. It very well. Yeah, we can do that, James. But I didn't think you'd ever used it. And last time you just.
I haven't.
You scoffed a lot hard.
Last time we offered for you to use the GameFront account, you said, "No, I'm going to buy my own copy of Elden Ring." Thank you.
I need my own copy.
I mean, look at this. First of all, I hate to just say I'm fucking right all the time because I'm a genius. But as we've said, there's Zach is playing it, but he's playing it on Xbox. Morgan's playing it. If I was playing it and Danny wanted to play it, it's just too hard to split it. And one day, maybe not today, but we're going to want to have a multiplayer version of it. And you can't play two copies at the same time. So I felt like I jumped on the grenade on that one. Not that I should be kicked out of the family plan because I decided to get a copy of a multiplayer game.
Okay, fair enough.
This is me. Wow, this is how I found out you guys are playing Sifu without me. I was very surprised. I didn't know this was happening. I didn't know this was even on your guys' radar because I had been watching, trailers for this game and stuff, and had been excitedly looking for its release. But awkward.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. It's evil.
Doctor.
Uh,
Oh man, this is going to be great. Danny's allergy to reading text on screen, not understanding how the HUD works. HP is not the bottom bar, you mad lad. I didn't think it was. And just blowing by the tutorial, smashing attack, and paying no mind to the skills the tutorial was teaching him for later. Oof. Fear not the dark, my friend, and let the feast begin. I think you were watching a completely different video, Jogdor. That doesn't sound like the one I was. Yeah.
I mean, you don't know what you don't know. If you missed it, you missed it. John Vigo Groundbeck. This game looks so good. I need to pick this one up sometime. Elden Ring first, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's the tough thing because I can't imagine playing any other game right now, and I can't imagine.
I think
even
it's hope
when
you enjoy it is the most sarcastic. Sorry, Morgan. He was almost going
No,
to click the wrong.
yeah, it's all right. I can't imagine not when I finish Elden Ring, I'm going to immediately start playing Elden Ring again.
Yeah.
With a new character. I want to try Magic. I've heard Magic is sick. And pretty cool hack and slash racing game. This Jasper Shop, great video. Pill, it's really nice. Oh, there's a lot of auto text here.
The auto text is on fire today. Anyway.
It's a really nice game and a love letter to Kung Fu action flicks that came out for the past 50 years. Definitely going to pick it up. Tried it at friend's place. Had to wrestle with the camera and controls are still a bit unwieldy in places, but it's a sizable step up from Absolver overall. Love the Absolver's combo building mechanics, though. Very in-depth stuff where you basically build your own style. Really cool. That's fun.
Same here.
Everything. You were at your friend's house. You were wrestling with the controls. Same here.
It makes no sense. Anyway, that was the thing I was going to tell you guys about.
If it's an announcement, you're gonna have to wait for next week, Danny.
It's not an announcement. It's kind of I just wanted to let people know about Zach, really. So we didn't record any videos this weekend because Zach went on a fishing trip.
Oh.
And he took a boat. I don't know if it's his boat or a boat that he's hired or his friend's boat. I have no idea. Anyway, he sends me a picture. He's on the boat. He's like, I can't do any videos this weekend. I'm on a boat. I went, that's fine because, there's a load of Elden Ring going on and I've got this other stream anyway, so it's all good. I said, take care and don't sink the boat. He said, I won't sink the boat. He went. And then during my stream yesterday, he sent me a text message. It says, you're not going to believe this, but the boat is taking on water.
Oh my God, that's terrifying.
But, the boat's taking on water. It should be fine. It's just crazy. And then I have since caught up with him and he's fine. He didn't drown. And apparently it was a funny story. If he turns up later, we can hear it. But anyway, I just thought I'd update you on that, Zach, and his sinking boat.
That's pretty cool.
What happened? Did the plug fall out? Or what? What's going on?
I don't know. He hasn't told me yet what the story is. So if he turns up, we'll find out. Anyway, speaking of which, video 2 of the week was Danny's songs with Zach and James.
Mm-hmm. A pocket novel by Amazing Jays.
It's true. They say he is going to have an absolute tome of work. Just if you compiled all these comments, it would probably be the biggest book ever written. James was a really good coach.
No, because he's just spoiling everything.
No,
I'm still your best coach.
What we did is on Parsec, we found it was easy just to pass the controls over to me and I could help him.
No, that does not sound accurate.
We didn't even use Parsec. That was a lie.
Yeah.
I thought that James would come in and be on my side for a change against the tyranny of Zach. And instead, I found that clearly these two have been friends for much longer than they've been friends with me. And I think I was thrown under every single bus, train, plane, whatever. I don't know, but it was fun though. What was that bit where you made me walk off the edge of a ledge and actually convinced me that it was a secret thing, and you actually made me just commit suicide? Because between the two of you, you were convincing me that
That is not what happened, Danny.
it
In
is
fact,
what happened.
it is what you did, but never once did we say to go off of the edge. I was sending you to go fight a caterpillar, and like somehow I don't know what happened, but you never walked off the edge. I would have loved if I could have. I mean, I'm practicing that hypnotism part of my brain to like just get people to do whatever I say, but I don't have it yet, and I didn't do that to you. Except you went in and like I said that you were gonna kill a caterpillar, and you just walked up to it and let it murk you.
Amazing
And then you were
James.
okay. Yes, I'm
It's
sure
the
we'll hear
collab
about it.
we've been waiting for. Edit. Wow, the Heen is a freaking master showman. I think this episode was your magnum opus for the series, fellas. Such a good vibe going on. This made me really want to start taking improv. I haven't seen James turn the slightest bit of nothing into quite so much rich content like this in a while, but this felt like I was taking a master class. Thank God we got this instead of a lore video. Oh man, you guys really brought out the best of James in this videos, and vice versa. Perhaps my favorite video on the channel in over a year. Wow. High
That is
praise.
It was good. It was a
intense.
long video too. We were having a lot of fun.
Seeing Danny sometimes kill those demon runes while caterpillars in 2 hits is insane to me. I played through New Game plus on Dark Souls 1. So I'm a little uncalibrated from the base game enemy stats, but still I never imagined it was possible to two-shot them. They probably have the single largest hit point pool of any respawning enemy in the entire base game. For some
Morgan,
reason...
imagine being able to 2-hit an enemy. And the first time you only 1-hit it and it kills you, and we're like, you can go back there and do it again. And he goes over and I don't think even hits it once and just dies to it. And it's
he's
like,
a
you
freak.
made me.
Yeah, he's a freak of nature.
It was crazy.
He does so much GD damage.
I've never seen anything like it. It's incredible.
For some reason, From Software made the entire Demon Ruins and Lost Izalith areas a heck of a lot easier when they released the very first patch on Dark Souls 1. I think if they hadn't weakened all of the normal enemies and drastically reduced their aggro range, the game wouldn't have the
Reputation of having such an easy
have
second
the
half.
of having such an easy second half. I'm stuck. The Capra demons and the dragon leg enemies in the Lost Iblis used to be a lot more challenging and would always aggro you in groups from larger distances.
Having never played the pre-patched version, I will say that I think it's fine the way it is. Clearly, they don't patch things for no reason. So,
I imagine I didn't play the first patch, and I don't know why I would have done it, but I have a very clear memory of all those Capra demons chasing me around and me like freaking out. And I don't see, like, when you were in that area, I don't see how you could ever aggro all of them. So I think I might have had been playing on an older patch. I don't know.
I have an update from Zach. Apparently, the bilge pump wasn't working, and the fresh water line had a leak.
Oh, it was the water that was in the boat.
I guess so. I'm not sure. I'm not really much of a mariner, so I'm not sure what that means.
The bilge pump would take out anything that was coming from outside, but if they had a freshwater tank on the boat and it was leaking, it would pool at the bottom, and the bilge pump would do the same thing it would do if salt water got in. But it wasn't taking on water; it was leaking the water it brought with it.
It was redistributing its own water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Into the part of the boat that makes it float.
Well, at least that's not as bad as it sounded at the time. Hey, El Mono Mike, welcome. Danny's tank is ridiculous. All too bad Iron Flesh was nerfed so bad. You would have loved that spell, says Steve the Ghost.
Just double tanking.
Yeah, we'll have a serious. There's a comment up above, and we'll have a serious talk about the tank stuff. But for now, the Amazing Jay says the trickiest part of Onion Knight's quest is still waiting for you in Lost Izalith. Make sure someone remembers how to get the best outcome to advance his quest to the final location. Edit. There may be some ways to cheese it, but I've removed them from my comment as I don't want to risk spoiling anything. Talk to your coach for the right amount of support for that quest. Well, good news, Jay, is you don't have to worry because 1, I read your comment before you edited it. 2, Pelagius just gives the same spoiler in the comment above, so it's all good. But I understand what needs to happen with regards to the Onion Knight. That is possibly a bit of a spoiler. However, given how important the Onion Knight is to me, I think it was the one spoiler that can be permitted under special circumstances.
Now, I don't want to encourage spoilers of any sorts, but let me just remind you of the hero's journey of Neo from the Matrix. Like, he was told about the future from the Oracle, but that didn't spoil it. It just gave him his destiny. You know what I mean?
She lied to him.
Well,
James, do you remember that movie? She says,
Not
"You're not the
entirely.
one." She lied to him to trick him into taking a leap of faith and believing in himself, even though she knew he was the one from the beginning. James, what are you talking about?
I don't know if he was the one is the thing. I think that he was part of a two. Isn't Trinity part of the one?
No, there isn't
Okay, well-
multiple the ones.
I'm just saying, like, don't try to spoil it, but sometimes little tiny things to just bring you on the path aren't the worst in the world.
Yeah, you should go watch The Matrix. It's really good. It seems like you haven't seen it.
I've seen it.
Hmm.
I think, you know what? I'm going to have to rewatch it so I can have this argument with you, because I think I'm right.
I'll tell you
but I'm
exactly
just-
what she says. She says, "You know what I'm going to tell you, don't you?" And he says, "I'm not the one." And then she's like, "Sorry." And then he's like, "Okay."
He
And then
never
leaves.
says you're not the one.
She doesn't say it, no, but she gets him to say that he's not the one. And then she
He's-
agrees.
I don't think she agrees. She says sorry. Maybe she was going to say sorry. That's not the right answer. But you know what? I don't think I can
sorry,
have
it's
this
not what you
argument
wanted
right
to
now.
hear. I remember
Yeah.
that scene
Okay.
like it was
Okay.
yesterday.
All right. I know, but what I'm saying is that she's saying sorry. That's not the answer you wanted to hear. But she never says he's not the one.
I guess she doesn't say it directly, but she does everything to make him think that that's what she's telling him.
It's a strange world, but at the end of the day, I'm always right, Morgan.
Except for you're not, because she didn't say you're the one,
She never said he wasn't.
and she never
wh-
said that he was, which is what
She's-
your initial statement was. Rewind the tape.
No, what I'm saying is that she told him about the future. She gave some spoilers about things like,
She didn't. What spoiler,
Matrix.
James?
That it's going to be a tough fight with sacrifices that
Nope.
you got to make.
Never said that.
Okay, well, I'm going to have the argument later. I need to refresh
Okay,
so I can,
yeah.
You don't go into a trial and defend your defendant without reviewing the case, right?
Yeah, but today is court day. You should have prepared.
Okay.
Dan the Rockboar, we need a montage of all times Danny just demolishes enemies with Claymore, survives various big attacks with Disturbs, Indestructible, or Black Sabbath's Iron Man playing in the background. And yeah, that's basically the Monster Collective experience of GameFront viewers has created. I'm enjoying the face roll BS. P.S. Spoilers, I'll be a dick and do the opposite of Jay's. Wow. two different approaches to commenting. Firstly, it's possible that you've already failed a quest by killing the Bed of Chaos. Progression of Onion Bros quest primary follows your boss kill progression respective area. Now, if quest didn't get screwed up and you manage to find Onion Bro in Lost Izalith area, you must make sure he survives. To that end, attack monsters in the vicinity of Onion Bro with a bow. Do not kill them. Once you speak with him, finish off the monsters and speak with Onion Bro again. Even if everything done right, you'll get to see him again in the grand finale. Nice.
Almost. Here's the real problem with that comment. Is it's possible that he's already failed
Is that
because
are you
of me.
spoiling that? Oh
This
no.
I have to admit, I was a bit concerned when I read that sentence, and I'm hoping that's not the case. And if Pill's here, I think he is. Would you be able to elaborate on why that is the case? Is that a bug? Is that something I did wrong? I'm just curious.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I was the one that brought you to that boss and encouraged it. I did not realize there was any attachment to the Onion Knight.
Oh, wait, is his mic still low? It says Danny's volume is too low.
I mean, my microphone is peaking at exactly the same level yours
Maybe
are,
what the
so-
difference is you got to turn it up in OBS. What's the level at OBS?
I turned it way up. Like I am peaking at about -4, and you're peaking at -4. So
Oh, Danny's volume is fine. Never mind.
The-
Everybody's
the-
good.
No, I mean, I'm not saying people are lying. I'm just saying the level meter is telling me that it.
Yeah.
No,
It's
Steve
fine.
the
Everyone
Ghost
else
said
is
it's fine.
saying-
Everybody's saying it's fine.
Okay.
I was watching the stream delayed. Oh, gotcha. Okay, I just saw that comment. Dark Page has a good point. The Oracle did tell Neo that Morpheus would die, which
Thank you.
wasn't true either.
What? He's dead.
But that's like making a prediction that anyone will die. Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what
duh.
I was referencing.
Oh, that
Well,
thing that you didn't know about till just now.
Yep.
Here's a philosophical question for you, though. Like, if a character exists only within the movie or TV show in which that character exists, does that character really die? It's like, does a tree fall in the woods? Does it make a sound? It's like Schrodinger's cat, right? Like, the character could be dead, but he could also equally still be alive. He could be incredibly lucky and live to 1003. Like, he may never die. He might gain immortality, but we just never see the next episode where he does so. So therefore,
This
can
is
you really
opening
say,
a can of worms.
I like it, though.
Because like if you were talking about a character that exists in like TV or movies, we have to define what like life or sentience is, because I don't think that character is self-aware inside of the TV or movie.
But you don't know, so we can't really say.
good point.
No, I do know. The character's
You
not.
don't know. You don't know he's not sentient.
Yeah, I do know.
Well, you can watch the film as many times as you like, but the outcome will always be the same. So therefore, does he really have any? Does that character, he or she, have any control over their destiny? Really? No. Wow, this is taking a deep and dark turn. GameFront with Elden Ring coming up. Oh, that's me. Jasper Shap. After 10 years, James is finally an expert.
Mm-hmm.
Steve the Ghost, who is here with us. Great job, Danny. Just keep casually smashing bosses that wander in front of you, and you could be done in another 2 videos. Wow, getting close.
That's a good idea.
El Mono Mike,
like
who is also here with us. I thought I saw him earlier. Yeah, he's still here. 131. Wow, you guys went for almost 2 hours. Good one, James.
Yeah, thank you.
I love this video, seeing Zach's reaction to James' commentary and seeing Danny enjoying James's word choices of support. Lots of humor on this video. Content well done. See that beautiful bean footage.
I hope this works.
And then you're just going to want to, yeah, it's a little trickier if you don't have to sprint in the jump, because that little piece of landing you have, it curves.
Why are you naked?
I don't know what you mean. Oh, is that just mine? I guess so. Mine, every time.
Anyway.
Pokes me in the butthole.
That was a great conversation about I wasn't sure if that was coming through the right audio channel. Hopefully I fixed that. Anyway, it was basically a conversation about curved penises. Dark Page, there was an Elden Ring commercial before the video started. Well, who'd have thunk it? That's almost like our advertising providers. They're almost knowing what they are doing.
Ooh, is there a?
Oh yeah, this was
heated debate here.
No, not really. But this is what I was saying before about having a real talk. So Dangerous87 said Danny may as well play with his eyes closed at this point, but we're almost done. And the pre-edited version said something along the lines of, not to put words in anyone's mouth, hopefully we're nearly done, or thank God we're nearly done, or something like that. So as a joke, I said, I saw it before you edited. Don't worry, an artist is never appreciated during his own lifetime. But that's a joke, because obviously I'm just terrible at this game. And then Dangerous raised a really good point. He said, hey, don't be silly. I don't remember how the pre-edit was worded, but for whatever reason, there was anything helpful about it. But you know I've been supporting this playthrough and offering tips since the beginning. We've gotten to the point where you're practically sleepwalking through every section and enemy while Zach still has to bark, heal, wrong way, sit at the bonfire, etc. It just doesn't look like you're into this at all. You could literally play the rest of this with a blindfold whilst Zach continues to be your eyes and brains. That's just my honest take. Hopefully the DLC will offer more of a challenge. Maybe you could ban the Havel set and get yourself an Onion Knight set to make it more interesting. So And then, well, I reply and say, only kidding, it's all love. However, it's fair to say that this is not my usual type of game. So that's my first thing, by the way. You all asked for this, and I warned you it would be bad. So don't blame me for it turning out
It's
bad.
not bad for I think the reason people would have like. First of all, I like it. I don't think you should nerf yourself. I hate when companies nerf a game, and I don't want a player to nerf themselves. If you found a way without being a cheater, you're just using the armor. It's impressive to watch. I mean, you could, if you're not having fun because it's too easy, change it up because it is fun to switch things up, but not because you're too strong.
And it sounds like you're still dying to stuff.
Well, he's
Yeah.
making some. The deaths that he has they're not what you'd expect them to be.
It's walking off the edges of ledges when I think James and Zach
Yeah.
tell me to do that and things like that. So here's the thing, yeah. Like I say, it's not my type of game. So things like heal, going the wrong way, like I'm terrible with directions, forgetting to sit at bonfires. Like I'm trying my best with that stuff. It's not that I don't care. It's just they're not the kind of games it's just for whatever reason, my brain is not wired to remember to do stuff like that. And the other thing that
Neolite has a good point. To be fair, it's Zach who made you OP.
yeah,
It
potentially.
is. At the end of the day, everything that happens is Zach's fault. He's the coach.
I mean, I'll be honest though. In any other game where there's a kind of so like Fallout or other role playing games where you have like stats and stuff, like
You're a tanky boy.
Tanky boy is my default. So like I do
Yeah.
like to go with tanky boy anyway. So it may have happened. I think it may have been a mixture of Zach suggesting it and me kind of wanting to do that anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to blame it on Zach. I think if it was me on my own, I probably would have done tanky boy. I'd be equally as tanky as I am. I wouldn't have known
Yeah.
about the claymore. So I may have just accidentally tanked a different weapon or a different armor set, but I'd still try and be tanky if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess my point is that I don't want people to think that I don't care about the game because that's not true. I do find it fun and I enjoy it, and I actually look forward to playing it every weekend.
Even with Zach there.
Even with Zach there, like he'll tell you, I'm always quite excited to play it.
Mm-hmm.
And as my old dad used to say, as long as you're having fun, then you're not playing it wrong. You're doing it right. Like it, even if it's not the intended way to play it. You know, as long as you're enjoying it. However, if nobody else is enjoying watching it, and Dangerous mentions this challenge of throwing away my tanky buffs to make the game harder for myself.
You could continue the game in Fashion Souls, Danny.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe.
Why not? I'm not
No.
good at that. But if
No,
he's so good that he's like crushing the game, at least look good doing it.
Steve the Ghost has the right take. I don't think Danny needs any restrictions. Just let him play. He's enjoying himself. That's it. And you're a couple videos away. You don't need to like throw everything out the window because you're too strong. It's towards the end of the game anyways. Just beat it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only thing I'm thinking is like if people are bored watching it because it's just a case of, well, he's just going to tank his way through all these enemies and it's not fun to watch. I'm entertaining the idea of swapping out the armor set, basically.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Keep it as is.
I just wish there was one time in my life where people were like, "You're too good at this game. You gotta nerf yourself." Like that's gotta be a great feeling. Like I don't know. Nobody was like at the end of Dark Souls 1, like, you really got to stop using that weapon because you just keep crushing the game.
Yeah, just keep going as you are.
Not once did anybody have to say, that Pyro Faith Magic build is just too OP. We need you to focus on one so you're not so good. It was the opposite.
I hated that. I'm so glad that's done.
Mm-hmm. I liked it.
It was god awful.
And then finally, Jays comes in and says that I'm grateful that you're not using the effing Black Knight halberd in this playthrough. Halberd. That weapon is absolutely ruins new game runs of Dark Souls and takes all the fun away. It maxes out quick at +5, but it kills Ornstein in 5 hits. That sounds like a fantastic.
Wow.
If you take it into the
Let me write
stone,
that weapon down.
Yeah, let me make a note of this. Black Knight Halberd. So it staggers him. So you can just wail on him if you have the stamina. Your Claymore is buff, but you'll still struggle in a few areas of the DLC. Or you won't, but I have to imagine that the final 2 DLC bosses will kill you in a fair number of times, even if you put on every single piece of Havel armor. Okay.
Keep in mind, if you die to any boss more than 3 times, you should probably just move on.
Well, yeah, I heard Mitch said that, so yeah. Although I think the difference is in Elden Ring, it's open world, isn't it? So there's loads of other things to do.
Yeah, that's true. I just can't. I think probably on one hand, I can count the bosses I killed in less than 3 deaths in this whole series. But yeah, I think it's a good point because it is an open world, and it's hard to judge where you're supposed to be when.
Danger Dad. Wow, I've never seen ceaseless discharge skilled in hand-to-hand combat. Impressive, I guess.
This is what that. See, there's actually a debate going on in the chat now about this topic, and a lot of people are just saying stay as you are. The Dark Genius says the thing is that people aren't saying that I'm too good. They're saying that I'm just banking on the OP gear that is full Havel set.
Yeah, but it was like if you strip that away, like you've been playing with that the entire time, like you don't know anything better.
It's true. The Claymore wouldn't be as much of a problem if I had to play smartly around it. My build is face tank, which requires something stupidly heavy like Havel's. The Havel's armor only came in about halfway through, if not later. I'm sure I was using a lot different armor.
It's fine. Let the haters hate. It's like like the dislikes and likes on a YouTube video. Like any interaction gives it a bump, whether it's good or bad. So like, if people are having an emotional reaction to the playthrough, then that is something.
But I'm not taking. Here's my thought on this. Okay, so on the one hand, the game allows me to do this, so it's not like I'm cheating or anything like that. It's a technically valid way to play because the game allows you to do this. So that's the first point. The second point is I'm having a lot more fun when I'm not dying than I am when I die all the time.
Yeah, it's fine. People want to see you suffer, and you're not suffering in the way that they want to see you suffer. And here's the thing: you're almost done.
This is
you should keep a little tiny bottle of hot sauce and just put a little drip in your eye every so often when you're doing too good, so that you can still see the pain and the suffering, but you got good gameplay.
Well, but here's the counter argument. The counter argument being that one, I don't. Sorry.
Zach, go.
The Dark Genius just resubbed for a month there, and it scared
Zach. Yeah, Zach just gifted him a sub.
Nice. Anyway, point one, I won't learn anything new through this because I will just continue, like Dark Genius says, to just rely on the tanky stuff, and I won't actually learn to, as people say, get good.
Oh, I think that notification blew everybody's ears out. You might want to turn that down on.
Yeah, I don't know
what
happened there. Interesting stuff. I will give that the old mute.
Well, I also think that like now you've done a tank build for Dark Souls 1. Maybe when you play Dark Souls 2, do something other than tank. Start it off fresh and challenge yourself to do something that you don't usually do. Do you not usually do like dex builds or like ninja type builds or something?
James,
yeah, I guess this is the question, right?
Who are you? You would never have taken that advice.
I've never been told that I'm too good to keep going. Okay?
Because you keep making bad builds, you'll never take a good build.
I'm making a great build right now. I'm a wretch.
You're taking what you can get.
Yeah, I am. I am.
Yeah, you can't play Dark Souls 2. You just got to jump up to Elden Ring.
Yeah, I knew that would come up again. Zach's asking for Elden Ring. Look, at the end of the day, we'll move on, but it boils down to one of two things. Do I learn to play it properly now and sacrifice the Havel set, or do I wait for Dark Souls 2 and then start again and then try to learn again how to play Dark Souls?
It's fine. Just ignore it. Amazing
Follow your
Jade,
heart, Danny.
death count.
Your heart knows
Nerd
the
out.
answer.
Last time, June 19th, 2012, James acquires his second Lord Soul from Gravelord Nita with 454 deaths on the clock. February 20th, 2022, Danny acquires his second Lord Soul from Gravelord Nita with 353 deaths on the clock. This time, June 21st, 2012, James acquires his third Lord Soul from Bed of Chaos with 461 deaths on the clock. February 23rd, 2022, Danny acquires his third Lord Soul from Bed of Chaos with 366 deaths on the clock. Last time, Danny only had 60 some fewer deaths than James at the point they had both acquired their first Lord Soul from Seath, but now it's almost 100 fewer deaths. Also quite interesting to see that they had both chosen the exact same order to get all four Lord Souls. There are 4, 3, 2, 1, 24 different combinations of orders that they could have gone about acquiring the various Lord Souls, but somehow they both ended up with the exact same path. Oh, that's interesting.
That's pretty cool.
I think we are literally just kindred spirits, just 10 years apart. I think that's how
I
that
guess
works.
so.
Just
Except for Danny's embarrassing you 100 deaths behind.
I'm impressed.
No, I'm tanking my way through, and that's probably saving me a lot of deaths. That should have happened.
Danny, if I knew I could have just tanked through that game, I would have totally done that. You fell upon a great build.
Anyway, let's not go down that rabbit hole again. El Scorchio says James is surprisingly an excellent coach. He's so supportive and very funny. I now realize that he only acts supportive when he doesn't have his own turn on the line.
Shut up, El Scorchio.
And then finally, Harkerman Design says that is how you lumber punch a tree to death. I don't remember that.
Lumber or lumbar? Were you hitting him in the back?
I mean, a tree. What's the back of a tree? It's the same from every side, isn't it?
Depends if it has a face. It's the other side of the face.
I don't remember them. I may be misremembering, but I don't remember there being a tree with a face in Dark Souls so far.
Well,
anyway.
it's, that one where you had to break all the branches.
Is there something wrong with my brain?
I don't think so.
And you had to get into the like safe spot to be able to attack it. I forgot the name of it.
You're thinking of Dark Souls 3.
No. I was with him when he did it because he had to do the special jump. It was this video. We almost quit. In fact, the reason it's so long is like
that boss is a tree.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah. But it didn't have a face, did it?
It had a front. The part that's attacking you is the front.
Okay, I think I understand what we're talking about now. Anyway, that's enough Danny Souls.
And I think it was a play on the word lumber punch.
Yes.
Resident Evil 3, Episode 7. Amazing J's 4249. James was correct. Jill needs to crawl. Glad you guys figured it out eventually and found the mag before reaching the point of no return. Morgan, don't worry about feeling like all you guys did was waste time this episode. Protecting the infirmary from zombies in the first half was action-packed, and then I was on the edge of my seat with suspense in the second half, wondering if you guys would find the mag before losing the chance to obtain it. Oh, I didn't know.
I didn't know so much was on the line. I'm glad we got it.
I didn't know that either. Yeah, that was so annoying finding that little crawl hole.
Yeah.
A pill, even in ammo and target-rich environment, James still trying to conserve bullets. Kind of like a hamster pet having a mountain of food, yet still trying to store food behind its cheeks till they nearly burst. Amazing grenade tossing skills, you two. I also wonder if for a bit, first time around until same way by accident, went close enough to the barricade and Jill commented that she can crawl through. Yeah, she didn't do that until like the fifth time that we went through there.
Yeah. That's annoying. They should really, I don't need to always have sparkly things in games to draw my attention, but if you have where you put a rolling chair in the way and that's what stops you, and then there's a spot that looks completely blocked off, then give a couple more hints that you can actually travel through it. Because if I can't step over a rolling chair, I'm not going to think I can go through wreckage.
Yeah, it's dumb. Steve the Ghost, you actually can kill all of those zombies. They eventually stop spawning. I used this section to farm points for the bonus weapons, lol. Ken, good progress, guys. DT Coney wants to know if we're going to play Elden Ring's great video. Will you guys be playing Elden Ring? Forrest Squirrel, a G18 is a Glock. Do you even COD, bro?
First of all, Danny's stuck on a tough one because all those make too
Oh.
much sense. Maybe you don't say anything. Maybe
Yeah.
you like manually put in something really dumb.
It's not fun if you do it manually. I'm just going to leave that
Yeah,
one.
just leave it. The G18 is a Glock. Do you even COD, bro? No, I'm terrible at weapons. The G18 is a Glock. I don't know. I guess G stands for Glock, probably, right? Unless
Yeah, that
it's
would make
Gun
sense.
18.
I don't think it's gun 18.
the 18th gun in the in our series of guns. Yeah, I'd assume it's a Glock. I don't know about guns either. Anyway, Elden Ring episode numero uno.
So this one we actually did.
A
Wait,
bunch
did we
of
do this
the
one?
we did a bunch of the comments in this one at the beginning of the second, so we can kind of scroll through.
Yeah,
We did them in the video.
yeah, we did
Us.
them in the video
Of
because
the
we knew that
second video.
they'd be coming out quickly. So I think we can just jump to the second one.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe we could go to the top couple. Like I'd say, just like the top couple, because there was a lot more comments by
Afterwards.
The time. Yeah.
Is there
So let's just
where did you end up necessarily? Do you
well, let's go
remember?
down backwards, and we'll know when we read something that's the same again. I guess 2 days ago.
Okay,
We recorded it 2 days ago. Yeah. So
let's-
anything that's more than 2 days ago, then we won't.
4
There's
hours
only-
ago.
only- well,
Isaac
I-
Sims. Okay, I lied. I'm gonna watch a little. Haha.
There it is. There it is.
I don't think
Aw,
we read this. Or I'll squirt your comment. Oh, why can't James and Morgan play through blind? I mean, we are
Well, no,
playing
this
through
one's
blind.
2 days ago. We are. What?
Well, I guess I'm not blind because I'm ahead of you now.
Yes.
Maybe I'll give you even less hints.
I think that they're just saying like, why are you like? We should both be passing and playing the controller. I like the way that we've begun the walkthrough. I think that's
Yeah.
gonna be good. It sucks because I can't play all the time, but I think it's the better video series.
Well, I mean,
Pelagius. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just going to say it kind of works because Morgan plays through blind on Twitch, and then he joins you where you play through blind. So you can, if you want to watch both of these fine lads play through blind, you can do so, just not at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
and maybe
I
we
mean,
gotta move the Elden Ring videos over to GameFront VODs quicker, or more like at the end of every week or something like that.
we'll try and catch up with the VODs this week. Sorry, James. You were going to say Pelagius.
So this is Pelagius's. I'd go with Health Medallion, plus 29 health, or the Seed for plus 1 flask. I did not know that's what that meant. Those are the best two options I can think of. Glad James went with Wretch like the poll decided. That bunker weapon's great. It breaks enemy block and poise. Also has a built-in buff. By the way, when you're buffed with weapon ability, your charged heavy attack turns into a barrage of attacks. Yeah, but we figured that out. I guess for now, main quest is to find a pair of pants. For folks having some FPS issues, turn off
That's
motion blur completely. Turn down as much of the SSAO and grass quality, and you can reduce volumetric and texture quality. On the lowest settings, they affect the atmosphere and visuals too much.
All right,
You can
well,
reduce
shit.
the. Oh, okay. Good to know.
Grass quality is what we want. Saints
All right.
928. No, dude. Why do they have to make another one of these? You have no idea. Every morning, 11 a.m., my buddy tells me to buy this game. Again, I seek guidance. What spell excuse do I use to make that not happen? Saying that you're allergic usually helps.
Not a lot of people believe that you're allergic to a digital product, though.
Well, that's their problem. Because if you have an allergy, you have an allergy.
It's true. Kamikazes. I started as a prisoner for S-Stock. Started for the starter spell. Staying for the starter spell. It has a delay fire, pairs well with melee. I won't say where, but I found my first treasure chest in some tower runes. All those fake mimic messages, good for loot. LOL. What does that mean? And then Kamikaze says, I also played like 12 hours without being able to level up. I really don't like going where the game wants me to go. Also, the reward for killing the tutorial boss is some crappy sword and shield. Sword has a cool dual wielding, though. Is it dual wielding or two-handing? Because we've created the wrong terminology on that.
Dark Page, I don't own the game yet, so I can't watch, but just came to like and boost the algorithm. Thanks, Dark Page.
Thank you.
Get this game. Get this game. Tim Peoples, I've got to restart this game. I never realized they made a replicant model of James Heaney in the buff. Also glad to see the boys getting along so far. I have a feeling that Morgan will need a bottle of whiskey before this is over. Love you all. Have fun. That's true. It could get rough out there. Ken, and you actually did pretty good at the boss. I died a couple of times too. Morgan just got lucky because his sword skill is OP and he had full armor. Sorry, Morgan, but we have to give him some pity. Michael
you.
Shearer, we know how much James loves pity. It's gross.
I do love it.
Yeah, the starting sword skill of the samurai is crazy. It's very nice. It does a lot of damage.
Ken says, with James behind the controller, even a small cave with some puppies can become so intense and just as thrilling as fighting the last boss. Not sure starting as a wretch was the best idea, but I guess people love seeing you in pain. In my opinion, I think you should focus on leveling up vigor a lot first, then mix between melee and sorcery faith. Making a spell sword in the game is a lot more fun compared to previous games. Looking forward to this expert walkthrough. Through the halls we hear buttons mash. It's time for ye learn about the old skill dash, or ye have to lose what the new ones call stash. Uh-oh. 1,000 deaths we hear ye sing. Oh, my sweet summer child, welcome to the Elden Ring. Elden Ring. That is good modern poetry, like Amazing Jay says there.
Oh, Paige already picked it up. Nice. Good job, Paige. Welcome to the party, pal. Steve the Ghost, if you can jump, your body is more used to falling. I missed these nuggets of wisdom. This playthrough is going to be fantastic.
I have to admit, when I heard that, it did make me laugh.
I mean, it's true, right?
It makes sense, yeah.
Moving on. Michael Shearer.
You know what? There's science behind it. So if you do something like boxing or like sports or whatever, where your bones are catching like tiny like little tiny micro fractures over and over again, they are healing and calcifying over and over again and getting stronger and stronger. So if you're someone that jumps all the time, you're falling more and your bones would get stronger from doing that.
Well, keep in mind, Danny, you're jumping like 6 feet in the air every time. Like half a story of a house.
It would be amazing to be able to jump 6 feet.
From a standstill, too.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, springy legs. I mean, someone should get on that.
I would play the NBA. That would be my goal if I could jump 6 feet in the air.
Oh, you wouldn't even. Yeah, exactly. Like you could just jump across the court and just straight into the net, no problem. I have to admit, I know there's a jump in Dark Souls 1. I haven't played the others.
There is not a jump.
There is. Well, you can do a run jump.
Well, yeah, you can do a run jump. You can't do a standstill jump.
You can do a standstill jump. It's not like a platform.
Which looks ridiculous. I like it, but it's ridiculous.
That's really what I mean. Ridiculous. When I first saw it, I was like, "That, not an expert on these things, but that looks dumb." Like it looks fun. I guess it's for a reason, but
it makes me think that I should be able to jump on something's head and then do another jump that's higher. Like it's from Mario.
Yeah, almost like you should be able to double jump at some point. Like it's getting that.
Yeah, I mean the horse can double jump.
Oh yeah, I saw horses jump. I saw Morgan trying to do a Skyrim climb up a mountain the other day. It's great. It's like full Skyrim in some aspects. Yeah, looks fun though. Michael Shearer says, "Excellent. In order for me to watch this, I'm going to have to keep one step ahead. So this should be fun. You can do it.
Yeah, we believe in him.
Mm-hmm. You can do it. You can do it."
Jasper Shop, lots of people are going to need this expert walkthrough to get through the game. Crispy, yep, people with lots of free time. Mistake ends. I feel like Wretch Deprive is way harder in this game. Amazing James, I felt like it was really difficult in Dark Souls 2 as well, but in that game you lose HP every time you die. And at least in my experience, I quickly end up playing 1-2 hit point deprived character really quick.
It's a half hit point derived.
No, 1-2.
It's a half hit point derived character really quickly. John says, I can't watch yet, but I'll comment and watch it. Oh, that's very nice that people do that. Thank you for keeping us in your thoughts and putting some things, even though you can't watch it because you're playing it. We appreciate it.
This one we read from Dark Genius.
Yeah, I think we've made it. I think we've made it to the ones that we've read.
Yeah, just quickly, is there any that you don't?
This is I'll redo this one, but we definitely read that. Nick goes,
we read these other ones.
In a world filled with impossibilities, one man dares to do whatever it takes to get ahead. Welcome to another tale of the tryhard. I think I want to make more tryhard videos. I've really enjoyed that series. They made me laugh really hard.
So okay, I guess we
Oh,
read.
yeah,
Did we
wow.
read through all the stuff?
Oh,
Brad Hahn has not been enjoying the game, and I guess people go in on him.
Did you read that last
yeah.
time? I guess we don't need to go.
We
through
read the
this.
beginning of it. We read the beginning of it, but
But now
not
there's
everything
a big
else.
yeah. If you want to read that drama, you can jump in and read that there.
Yeah.
We are going to move on from that.
Okay.
And we've read everything else except for possible some replies. But I think
Yeah.
moving on will be in the best interest.
Yeah, there was a lot
Okay.
of comments on that video, so that sounds fair to me.
Pill James looks like Steve Buscemi from Hello Fellow Kids meme. I wonder if you'll see the comment anytime soon. But best way to get some armor early, sneaking around the camp where you met Melina. It should take about 20 or 30 minutes. There are a bunch of isolated soldiers there. Armor they drop is pretty good, and you'll get a whole bunch of souls in the process. Plus, can confirm flail is great early game weapon. Early on, most enemies are not resistant to bleed.
I can't wait. I'm glad that that's the case. Because I like the flail. You
Yeah.
know. Amazing Jay says, glad you're pumping this out. The channel is about to enter another renaissance period.
Love to see it. Amazing Jays, thanks for reading the comments, Morgan. I will try to keep the most important ones brief so they are easier to read on in the heat of filming a video.
Oh, the heart heat. I like that.
The heart heat
of filming a video.
Please do sounds a bit harsh in a way.
That's the one we want.
Thanks for the tips. Oh, well, please do.
I think please do does kind of resonate the best in the worst way.
Okay. It's a good thing he knows this. Brad Hahn. The NPC
lips. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah. Well, apparently the NPC's lips move in the Demon Souls remake for the 3 people in the world that own a PS5. Interesting stuff. I'm guessing that this is the first one where NPC's lips move.
It was crazy. I mean, at the end of the day, they don't move very well. It's not at all really matched to what they're saying, but I like it. I think it's nice to see their lips move. It was jarring at first.
Okay, I mean, it's not exactly technically difficult to do that. Like, games have been doing, like, approximate mouth movements to sound since, like, the late 90s. So it's great that that's in there for all 4 NPCs that probably don't have a helmet on anyway. But I'm just surprised it wasn't in the other Dark Souls games. That's a bit
I always thought it was odd.
It's a little weird.
I hadn't noticed. Well, I kind of had noticed, but, like, everyone seems to wear a helmet or something anyway. So, anyway.
All right. Simon DG says, "Don't neglect your guard counter," which I have no idea.
I know what it is now because they taught me this in the stream before we started fan mail.
It's a very important mechanic, and it's going to be a rough playthrough without it. James kind of skipped that tutorial because for some reason he thought he can't block without a shield. I knew I could block, but it does almost no blocking when you have a shield. All your tutorial messages are stored in one of your inventory tabs, so be sure to read that one again. Okay, but if you know what it is, you can probably coach me through that, right?
Yeah, I got you.
Cool. Amazing Jays then says, to kick in this game, immediately you have to unequip your weapon, and if you have a shield, you need to not have an LT skill, i.e. no parry, or you need to also have an empty left hand. What? Then your left trigger skill becomes kick. It wrecks enemies with shields, but to reliably use it, you have to make sure that you keep an empty slot in each hand so you can quickly unequip both in order to use your kick skill. Not going to happen. I can already tell when I'm reading that, there's no way that would be the same difficulty as I tried to undertake doing the Faith Magic Pyro build. Like juggling all that would be crazy. I think. Maybe I don't know. What do you think, Morgan?
No, you should be fine.
Yeah. To do that?
Yeah.
To like unequip things and do a kick really quick?
Yeah, you'll be fine. No, you're not gonna.
All right, I'll give it a try if you think that that's.
No, you're
it
not.
Sounds very difficult.
Do it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then Amazing Chase. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Morgan.
Yeah, what are you talking about? I'm trying to read these comments.
Okay.
In this game, virtually any significant enemy encampment or cave will have unique or rare loot, and it's always worth searching them all to find the weapon or skill or armor that awaits you.
Hmm.
Bet. as the kids say.
1433. Should he the name of Sue channel?
Should we sue?
Well, should we sue them? Because this is I know what this part is. Do you know?
Me
Morgan?
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the GateFront ruin.
Yeah, I think he was
GameFront
trying to say
Run.
should be the name of this channel. Potentially, autocorrect got involved on several words in that sentence. But yeah, Gamefront Ruins, I think, was the joke.
What's really great is that and I don't want to, I mean, Crispy is amazing and I love him, but he edited it and that's the turnout after the edit.
Yeah, what? That doesn't make any sense. Maybe he just got bored trying to fix it. I don't know. Have a heart.
It's fine. It'll be fine. Almana Mike, seeing James playing makes one feel not so bad playing the game and having a hard time in different areas. I'm so happy you guys are doing this walkthrough. Thanks, Almana Mike. The Dark Genius, part of the reason Wretched is so much harder in ER than in the normal Souls game is that with the open world, things are so much more spaced out. All of the other classes start with solid gear that can carry them for the long while it takes to find other sets. The Wretch has the club, and that's it. Hell, my first armor set had to be farmed off the Caden mercenaries, the riders with the curved greatswords, because I couldn't survive more than one hit or two naked. I'm well into Stormhill and have cleared a bunch of caverns and have yet to find any serious armor sets just in the world. It's all been merchant sold or farmed off enemies, and in one case, a joke set that I stole from a certain bald cretin. Michael Schur, I'm wearing that. The Dark Genius, I'm still wearing it. Even farmed the dismounter off them once I learned it was a drop. I have the dismounter. Very Mongol barbarian chic. I love it. Who needs a shield when you've got a curved sword longer than you are tall, meant to cleave riders off their horses? El Scorcho. This is the kind of challenge an expert gamer like James is perfect for. Yeah, I would say just keep
I feel
farming.
like I've already pretty much like brought myself above being a wretch, but that's in the third video.
Yeah. I think you're well on your way. You'll be fine.
Yeah. I love how they took the long way to the imp statue 3 times, even though there was literally a grace next to it. Classical James and Morgan move. I love it. Also, please get this band some damn clothes. On it, Neolite.
Nick Hanley. Wait, so Elden Ring gets more views than the Puppy Picture Adventures. Pull the other one, mate. It's got bells on. I mean, I was as shocked as you were, Nick, to learn that Paparazzi didn't get quite as many views as Elden Ring. But don't worry, because the full complete playthrough is still coming soon. I may do that instead of Elden Ring, in fact, just because...
I don't know, Danny. Come on.
Come on, there needs to be a diversification of content on this channel, and I think people enjoy pictures of dogs in video games more than they
Amazing
appreciate
Jage.
Elden Ring. Sorry. Yeah.
Hot tip for James: when you do searching and exploring, take a second to slow down, see everything in the vista that you might want to go visit, then pick a place that looks interesting and intentionally go visit it. MIO, that's the only way to make sure you miss as little as possible. Sometimes it looked like you were just running in a random direction, only scouting 30 or 40 or so feet ahead of you to see what was next. I think the magic of Elden Ring is that it has an insanely long draw distance. Now, when you decide you want to do some exploring, I'd recommend you take a brief moment to see what looks most interesting along the horizon and then go there.
That sounds fun. That's a whole different take on it than I was going to do.
Amazing Jays, when you're on a horse, you can attack with right bumper or left bumper, and it will determine which side you attack on. You seem to only be able to attack enemies when they were on the right side of this video, so just letting you know. Oh, that's a good tip.
I had no idea. Did you already know that? Imagine you must have. If you played
I don't ride horses.
Oh, that's weird. I thought you'd be a big horse rider.
No, I only ride the horse to get to like my souls if I like die somewhere. I'll ride the horse there and then pick up the souls and then continue on. Or if I need to jump up something.
Michael Rose, sorry. Loving the fast episodes. Thanks for the effort and energy in the series. My pleasure, maybe?
Yeah, I think my pleasure is the weirdest.
Yeah. David H. Personally, I think with new games like this, back-to-back videos are the way to go. The few subscribers that are always in will watch no matter what, but the new viewers will be wanting to see the full game ASAP. I agree. Yeah. Jasper says, lovely upload speed. Thanks for the
And
visit. Steve the Ghost. Well, the area you unlocked with the imp key is where I started my playthrough. It was rough. I'm not giving up on it yet, but yes. Scott says, I love this. Bring Mitch back for a single episode cameo. Please, nothing better than James and Mitch expert walkthrough. I'll reach out to him soon once we get
Hey, that
ourselves.
doesn't
I'm
hurt
sure
at
he's
all.
pretty busy.
Sounds sick. No, it's great.
Morgie's getting a bit jelly.
No. It's fine.
And here is the
and then,
final video that we have today.
Pill, I'm happy that you figured out to farm the soldiers, although in traditional, chaotic, and inefficient way. Good job. Not gonna lie, I actually never found the guy with the Y-hander. Thanks, James. P.S. If you feel like you could use more wieldy weapon, Uchigatana can be found not far from where you stumbled into the combat arts guy. From the bonfire there, continue eastward along the right ridge until you see a crooked statue. It will show you the way. Also, prepare to run.
That
Okay.
I might be up for that, because if I've already boosted my dex for the Morning Star, it wouldn't surprise me that I think that the Uchigatana would have a high dex.
Yeah, it's a dex weapon for sure.
Wait a second. Let's see if I can.
Amazing Jay's rumor on the grapevine is that the magic systems in the game are a big step above anything from has done before. Hope that's true, and James can teach us about it in this expert walkthrough. Are you going to be doing magic?
I'm going to be doing, from my understanding, I wanted to do poison, but poison in this game is a faith-based thing. So I'm going to be doing faith with a leaning towards poison.
I think that if ever there was a time where you could do it all, this would be the game.
If you're encouraging that, I will jump on it because it's like my dream, even if it's hard. I've always wanted to be able to be a juggler of spells.
I think I think, well, because you can just level infinitely until you can get it, so you can like actually level them up so they're effective.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be a way to go.
All right, well, we'll start one at a time and hear what people say. I won't put all three on at once, but I'll maybe get two that juggle well and then see if people think I can take a third.
Oh, yeah. What about some Elden Ring lore videos, since those don't exist yet? No one's done any.
See, the problem with that is, as much as I'd like to do it, I couldn't do that and make a blind playthrough.
James, I think that no one expects you to actually like do research on the things. They just want you to make up the lore based on what you've seen. So as you discover lore, make a
I'll
video
keep
about
it in mind. If I think that I can do a good video, I will make it.
So
If I
just say
feel like
no.
it's just going to be bullshit, then I'm not going to do it.
Just say no then.
Why would I just say no? That doesn't even take into account the idea of whether or not it works or the execution is timely.
Ken says it's called improv, James.
Oh boy.
Hey.
See, I also just want to point out one thing. Dark Page didn't even realize that there'd been 3 video releases. And this is my point. If you release them too quickly, people don't spot them.
He would
And
have
then
figured
they-
it out
and then they
eventually.
But we're probably gonna. He's probably gonna still watch it. I think he's probably more excited that it's there than having to wait 2 or 3 more days.
Fair, I guess. Well, then the people who probably are going to take it or leave it, they're going to leave it because they didn't know they could take it. Does that make sense? I don't know. Let's move on.
We'll find out next week. We will find out next week what people think.
I'll read a few.
Okay, cool.
I should pull my weight. Amazing Jays says that when you die, your souls appear on your compass. You can always find them by heading to the icon on your compass.
That is awesome. I keep like the map in this game makes so many improvements to the quality of life of the game. To be able to teleport so easily and also be able to like look at the map and see in context, it's not just a list. You can see exactly where you want to go there. I love it. And being able to find your souls and the direction. It might turn out that people think that it's too much hand-holding, but so far I appreciate it. Amazing Jays then goes on to say, James, it might help to think of this game like Skyrim. When you come to a new enemy encampment, you need to clear it out so you can loot it for its unique or rare treasures. From what I've seen, there's already a humdrum outpost that won't have something worth. Oh, there's rarely a humdrum that won't have something worth looting. Okay, good to know. If you find a new place that seems like it's not too difficult, but you die before killing everything, try to go back and take a stealthier approach. You can get more backstabs and eventually find treasure chests containing loot for that area.
Nice.
Okay. Amazing Jays gives more tips. At 1725, you're trying to block with a two-handed club. Consider trying out the new counterattack mechanic. I've got to figure that out. You were trying to tell me about that, Morgan.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's
We'll get it.
It's really good at putting an enemy into riposte stance, aka even easier to parry. I assume you can do it even if you block with your weapon instead of your shield. You can read all the tutorial messages from your menu whenever you want. Consider rereading the one about the breaking enemy stances to relearn about jumping heavy attacks, and the one about the new counterattack mechanic. Maybe I should reread that.
No, we got it. I got you.
All right, because it just I went over it because it sounded like it was things that I should have been patient with.
Nah, it's fine.
All right, Amazing Jays. I hear that the jellyfish summon you found is pretty tanky. If you need a spirit to survive for a long time to run distraction, it's a popular go-to. I like it, and it seems like the spell casting. I don't know if it's poison, but it's like purplish.
It's poison, yeah.
Poison. Yeah, and I'm planning on doing a poisonish build.
Amazing Jays, the stat screen in this game finally tells you what your current weight load is in English now. You no longer need to worry about percentages as much as to know what your roll is going to be. For example, your stat screen currently says you have a medium load. Zach is a real boy. Yes, for shame, the universal language of mathematics. Dear God. Well, here's the thing. Zach is a real boy. They didn't say, like, you have to get below 70%. It was like, you just had to, like, figure that out or read it somewhere, or it's much nicer.
I was going to say that. Like, one thing I always, like, every time I switched my armor, it was like, what's a fat roll again? 25%? 20%? It changes depending on whether you've got certain rings equipped. Like, just tell me whether I'm overweight.
Well, you're in a different tier, so we're all trying to do the fast roll at 70%, and you're taking medium to, like, you're staying heavy. You just want to be able to walk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm on a mid roll with a very heavy
that's
armor
fine.
set.
That's
when
fine,
I took Havel's ring off the other week, I was doing a fat roll for a little while. Very fat roll. It was not good.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Brad Hahn, can't pet the dogs, 0 out of 10. Don't worry, Brad, because I've got paparazzi lined up full playthrough, start to finish. Will be plenty of opportunity to pet dogs in that. So forget this Elden Ring thing. Also, Brad Hahn, this looks like one of those games that's so huge. If you do all the optional first stuff, you'll be massively OP for the story stuff. That I was going to mention because and Jay's brought this up in the chat. You know, like when you play Skyrim, or most recently, like when I played Cyberpunk and stuff, like I did all of the side questy stuff, and the main quest just felt super easy. Like you just speed your way through it because the main quest is like designed to be done at almost any level. And I wonder if Elden Ring will have that problem. And Jay's was saying, like, Mitch's advice to, like, if you can't beat them in 2 swings, go somewhere else could be a bad thing to do because it means that, oh no, it's a good thing to do purely because if you tank your way through the difficult areas first, when you then go to the easy areas, they'll be too easy for you to enjoy them.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like when you have a plate full of food and you eat something and you find out it tastes delicious. If you eat all that piece of the food, then you're gonna go through all the tougher. I don't know. Never mind.
You don't think that they figured out a balance of it a little bit? Because maybe you blow through one boss,
they might
but then
never have thought of it.
The next area is probably hard enough that you don't blow through that area.
Well, in Skyrim, they change it by scaling the enemies, which feels very cheap, but it solves that problem. Like the higher level you are, the more damage that they can take. I don't know how they do it, but my guess is the Souls games are known for being difficult, and they would not allow you to become so overpowered, or they'd have a nightmare like Danny's tank build on their hands every time.
Ken, very good. Fighting James, thumbs up. No, it's not sarcastic. Don't buy it. I do not buy that. That's not sarcasm. Ken, Lola, you looking for a jump attack in this game? You just jump and attack midair manually, which is the worst.
Duh. I can't believe I didn't think of that.
Hero, no matter what happens, I'm just glad FromSoft appreciates GameFront so much that they made a default character appearance to be James. It's pretty spot on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is there a world where it is intentional potentially? I don't think so, but
You never know.
you never know. I mean, we need to get them on the phone really and find out.
I mean, if there was a mustache on the character, then I would say absolutely.
Oh, it would be blatant if there was a mustache. Yeah, it's crazy.
So I saw from someone else that you should really go and beat that NPC invader. There's a cave behind him, and you really, 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 really want to search it. Okay. I
Yeah,
would.
we gotta
I,
go in there.
I think I could have taken that invader if it wasn't. I was just unprepared.
Yeah, and I think now you've got some armor. Like I think.
Yeah.
I
I was
you'll-
coming up on him naked
Yeah,
and afraid.
yeah, you're coming on that guy naked and afraid.
Tim Peoples, the Heen Wolf Pack has arrived. The Heen Wolf Pack has arrived.
Tim Peoples, if I may make a humble request, James's face is covering the HUD section that shows his available heals and whatnot. Is it possible to change the overlay? It's not that big of a deal, but when James is chugging heals, I would personally like to see the remaining counter. Thanks either way. Love the content. Have fun. We can do that, right? Just need to move it up a little bit.
No, we can't do that because
come
I
on.
already did it even before we started this fan mail. So
Oh,
too little,
okay.
too late. I don't know. I did it. That was a great idea. I took a look at the screen and I just put both of our cameras up top for that game.
Nice. For two-handing, this is the math. Dex requirements must be met. For strength, when two-handing, add half your strength to your strength. So, for example, strength 13 plus is 13 divided by 2 equals 7.5. 20.5 equals 20.
What?
20 strength when
Hold on.
two-handing.
It's the universal language that Zach's talking about. Let's read this one more time.
It hurts my head just looking at that comment. And, you know,
Okay.
I appreciate Christian Weisenecker jumping in for, I don't think we see him comment that often, but when he does comment, clearly he's bringing the hard math. And
So for 13 plus, strength 13 plus.
So basically, putting the second hand on gives you 50% more of your strength.
That's not what he's saying.
I think it is. Because it's your strength, 13, plus half of your strength, because you're putting the other hand on, which is 7.5, and it probably rounds. So that would be 13 plus 7, that's 20, because those are always rounding down. 20 strength when two-handing, yeah. So it's one hand, and then the second hand adds another 50%, which that makes pretty good sense.
That does make pretty good sense.
I feel like
is-
I need Richard Feynman and a chalkboard to understand this comment. But
I get it. Actually, that'll be easy to
Okay.
remember. I feel like that's kind of like what it would be in real life. I'm not going to have double the strength just because I use my other arm, because a lot of my strength is coming from my core and coming from my like other parts of my body. But I do think I add like another 50% with my other arm.
50% of one of your arms.
Well, I think that when you're using one arm, you're still lifting with a lot of your core, your chest, your abs, your shoulders. Putting the other one on is still using a lot of those same things, but you're adding the strength of your other arm. So 50 extra percent.
yeah, Pill says that you did it correctly. Ken Eric has a headache.
But I think he's understood it now. He had it.
No,
now he's
I
lost
absolutely understand it. Not only do I understand it in Elden Ring, but I can go outside now, and if there's something too heavy for me to lift with one arm, I'll be able to mathematically figure out whether
Yeah.
adding my second arm into it's going to help.
So the first time you explained it, Zach said, "Holy shit, you did it." The second time you explained it, Zach said, "Wait, what?" So I don't know if you've undone your own You should have stopped while you should
Hey,
have quit while you were ahead.
What it
James.
is, Danny, I understand the math. What I'm doing is trying to put it in real life scenarios because I don't just want to help people with Dark Souls. I don't want to just help people with Elden Ring. I want people to be able to go out and use their body. So I'm using the translation. Got the math for the game, and here's the real life translation of why.
Simon DG for a first boss. That guy is brutal. I'd put his difficulty on the same level as Champion Gunder. Good luck, guys.
All right.
Yee.
I think
That's
I
not
got
good.
that boss, though. I feel confident. I've been like dreaming about beating him.
I don't even remember which one you're at.
It's the one it's the one that is jumps really high. It's the only big boss I've fought. The other guy felt like a mini boss.
Okay. And then, Danny, do you have clips pulled up there? I feel like we didn't have that many clips to watch.
I have clips available to watch, but we didn't need to see a few of them, and there weren't that many this week. Weirdly enough, we had like tons of comments, and no one really. I mean, we can just put a video on if you want to watch something random. It's up to you.
No, that's okay.
No, we got a lot to do today, Danny.
We got a lot to do today.
I can't be alone in thinking it's a great time to wrap up this live stream so that Morgan and I can get our noses to the grindstone.
We got to get them in that stone.
Yep, lots of Elden Rings to do. Oh, well, now, you want to ask philosophical questions about grindstones? Go on, James. Let's wait.
I just don't know what does putting your nose in it do? That can't be a good idea. Like that's a phrase I've used often, but I've never really thought about it. If I put my nose in the grindstone for 1 second, is the grindstone spinning? Wouldn't it just like take your nose off?
I think you got to get down low to look at the angle, right?
Oh, because you're sharpening the blade, and if you can't get your nose in there, don't you really just want to get your eye on the grindstone?
You got to put your tongue on the grindstone.
But yes, let's get to work.
All right, good luck out there this week, guys.
See you later.
Bye bye.